Welcome to Broken Arrow. So as you can see, the game is already a success, well, at least to the numbers of the developers. As you can see, there are a lot of people in the game currently, even though the game released in basically the early access to the game version only, and the game will unlock in 2 days. This is actually a pretty big success, because if you're thinking about it, yeah, this is about 60 euros to buy for this version. It doesn't get into that. The game will be a big success no matter what happens. It just depends on the developers if they can, number 1, expand the game, number 2, correct the bugs, and number 3, make multiplayer fun. I guess we have ELO and rank and private. There's also a lot of other stuff going on well, it's harder to explain, but we have some combinations of equipment we can play around with and some other stuff over here. So this is mainly a multiplayer game. Don't think about it too much. Let's try and do a campaign. Russia. Wait, we can only play an American campaign? Also, in case you're wondering why this is Russia, well, this is Kaliningrad, which is a Russian territory after World War II, and that's why you see Lithuania kind of being surrounded by Russia all over the place. I guess this puts into perspective why Lithuania is probably the most hardcore against Russia. Okay, we'll not get into modern day politics too much, but I want to explain some stuff if they come up. Yeah. Good time. Yeah, exercise, they say. With the and still bala. One of the things I like about the game is that the details on the vehicles and the troops are very, very good. It actually uses some of the stuff. Probably I shouldn't say this, but it kind of borrows some elements from the Terminator game that Slytherin did as well. With the squads, you'll see what I mean when we look at the squads.
Military exercises held on both sides of the Sawatki Gap in Kaliningrad and Belarus. With more than 40,000 military personnel involved, ships, tanks, planes, and helicopters, it's the biggest military exercise ever held in the region. Camp Hercus, the new permanent U.S. base in the region, is at the epicenter of tensions, as U.S. and Russian military exercises are held simultaneously less than 20 miles away from each other.
The need for the permanent deployment of U.S. forces in Lithuania is more apparent than ever, and we are looking forward to continuing to take advantage of opportunities to enhance the interoperability of our forces, providing a credible deterrent against any potential aggression, and to operate more effectively should deterrents fail.
General Bennett, you are in charge of U.S. military operations in the region. Why are U.S. forces in such close proximity to the Russian exercise? Don't you fear this aggressive posture could lead to an escalation?
Broken news.
Last time I checked, Lithuania was a sovereign country.
Broken news.
It is their wish to host permanent U.S. forces on their soil. I don't see
Instead
why
of
Moscow
breaking news,
should have
is
a say in
broken
that.
news.
Now, if you excuse me, I have a military exercise to prepare.
This guy
Thank
is
you,
on
General
spot with the
Bennett.
humor.
Good morning, Commander. So, have you seen me on the news? Everyone's talking about this exercise.
Shut up. Okay. I want to play as the Russians, not as the NATO stuff. If you remember, kind of like the RTS history, most of the time, or even all of the gaming history, for 20 years I've been playing as the Americans or something similar to the Americans. I'm so fed up with it. I just want to play the Russians or the Soviets or something else. All shooter games, most of the RTSs, well, I guess except for Red Alert or Command and Conquer. Yeah. Even StarCraft, if you think about it, they are the Americans. The game is also kind of like a good way to test your real-life weapons knowledge, or not really weapons. I guess it would be army knowledge if you think about it, because you'll be learning about all of the weapons. What are those, made out of wood? This? They even have that wire sound when they shoot a tow. Oh boy, those people on the jeeps might feel a little bit stressed out. I bet they also use the footage from this game for news at some point.
Go pick him up at his hotel and take him for a tour, Commander. Show him around the base, do whatever you want, as long as you keep him out of my hair. And take Williams with you. No offense, but she's more talkative than you.
There.
Well, Commander, I guess we're the bone then. Miller's hotel is on the way to the training area. Let's hope he's in a better mood than the General.
Roger. Moving out.
We were following the jeeps.
Moving there now. Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Well, I'm using WSD to control the map. That's already a good start.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Yeah, if you look at this game and if you look at the Terminator Dark Fate game, you see a lot of similarities. But I guess they're just using the same assets more or less.
We stop right there.
One of the
There are
things...
units from all 3 Baltic states regrouped here. Lithuanian artillery, mechanized infantry from Latvia, as well as reservists and armored vehicles from
On
Estonia.
double click.
They have different equipment, different tactics, speak different languages. Creating an interoperable force in this region is a real headache.
Moving out.
Double click doesn't seem to work as good as it should. We'll play a little bit of campaign and in the next episode we'll play multiplayer.
Roger. We're Oscar Mike.
Zoom on the label each. That works. You mean attach the camera? What are you telling me?
Already there.
That.
Reverse.
Counselor Miller, I am Major Williams. It's a pleasure to have you with us. The Commander and I will show you around on our way to the General. Please hop in.
Well, it's about time. Let's go.
I had the models for
Take me to the
the
training ground
guy in the
first.
suit so
I need
bad.
to make sure that our equipment is showcased in the best possible conditions.
Armored transport. Standing by.
The exercise is about to
Moving
start,
there
so
now.
you will be able to see for yourself. But I didn't know there was a show.
This whole exercise is for show, Major. A show of force for our potential enemies, but also an arms fair for our partners.
I see. And which partners are we trying to impress today, Counselor?
That's confidential. Just drive, Major.
Yeah, just drive. Everything will be okay. What do we have over here? Striker, MC.
Armored transport reporting in.
This is the artillery training ground, Counselor. Here our soldiers practice fire mission procedures. The Commander will make a demonstration for you.
Well, let's see how much time it'll take you to hit all these targets, Commander.
Send coordinates.
Oh, mortar, okay.
Who needs support? Mortar ready to fire. Copy. Call for fire received.
I like that sound.
Dispersion increases with distance. That's why more rounds are needed to hit targets located further away. Smart munitions don't have this problem. They are much more accurate and can correct their trajectory to hit a target designated by a laser.
Wait, how do you do this?
Roger. Fire coordinates received.
Oh, it's left click?
As you can see,
Oh, wow.
our latest battlefield management interface enables extremely responsive fire missions.
It was I who sold that concept to Congress. Glad to see it works in
Scalable
practice, too.
projectiles or whatever they're called. I guess that's for the big artillery. This is just guided projectiles.
Copy, awaiting commands. Pedal to
So
the
how is
metal.
your hotel, counselor? I've heard it's quite fancy.
Apart from the fact that I was woken up every 20 minutes by helicopters passing right over my head, it was lovely.
Armored transport, ready.
What is that? Hit points. Oh, hit points. Stealth. No, stealth, I guess. 13 miles. Why is that in miles? Oh, that's another one. I guess I want detail. I'm not sure what that changes, but I always want more detail, I guess.
Hey, why is the radar of this Patriot turned off?
It's the standard procedure to keep the radar turned off by default, to keep the unit mobile and avoid destruction by anti-radiation missiles. They can still use their backup tracking systems to target aircraft, but in this mode, their detection and engagement range are limited.
Then switch this radar on, Commander. Let's see how far target practice drones can be detected and
Radar
engaged.
turned on. Looking for contacts.
The range of these missiles is impressive.
The efficiency of the radar depends on the altitude of the target.
At your disposal,
Low-flying
sir.
aircraft are harder to detect, and helicopters cannot be targeted at all as they fly below the minimum detection altitude of the radar. That's why short-range air defense, SHORAD, is needed to complement long-range surface-to-air missiles.
Fast landing assistance.
Oh yeah, the Avenger just has those 8 gems attached to it, guided projectiles.
Copy. Relocating.
It just has stingers.
A fine demonstration of our
That's what they
firepower,
literally are,
Commander.
stingers.
The message
Stingers
is clear.
on
No
a
country equipped
Humvee.
with our anti-aircraft systems need worry about its
Humvee here.
airspace
Go
being
ahead.
violated.
Moving out. Roger. Moving out.
Let's go and look at the tanks. The forest.
Already there.
Hey, just use the road. It's super slow
Someone
over there.
asked for a ride?
How can you see the speed of which the vehicle is driving at? Yes, you can't. I guess that's just a little bit of armor.
Are we there yet, Major?
Almost, sir.
You do have some hell.
Troop transport. Standing by.
What's going on here?
The supply.
Some of our vehicles broke down, apparently. Thanks to the diagnostic system integrated into our vehicles, we can easily identify which part is damaged.
Detection. Aiming. Reloading and mobility. I guess that's mobility.
We cannot let that happen. Not today.
Don't worry, sir. We have the necessary supplies to repair them. The commander will call a cargo truck from the support group and make sure they bring a big load of supplies with them.
Empty.
As soon as the supplies are unloaded next to the vehicles, the crew will handle the repairs automatically.
Yeah, this is not very well explained.
Tactical truck ready to haul. Looks like we got us a convoy.
Yeah, they need a proper tutorial. This is not going to work in my opinion, but I guess many people already know how to play the game from demos and videos.
Heavy transport here, send traffic. Breaker 1-9, who needs supplies? Need supplies?
This is... It's exactly like Terminator Dark Fate, the way you resupply vehicles from stuff.
Logi here, send
The vehicles are now
Need to
fully
deploy
operational
them.
again.
Perfect. Now let's move on.
Humvee standing by.
Oh, I guess that will stay over there. Okay. And the aluminum cans.
And how was your flight, Counselor?
Completely unremarkable.
Where are the tanks going?
You know, I spent half my life in the air, so the only surprises would be finding snakes on the plane, flying the thing myself, or reaching my 60s without getting cancer.
This is the tank firing range. A platoon of M1A2 Abrams is ready for the demonstration.
Ready to go.
Spawning.
Tank armor is much stronger on the front than on the sides. The training of our crews consists in maneuvering to engage the enemy from the flank, while minimizing the exposure of their own flanks. Tanks carry different types of rounds. Explosive rounds to engage infantry and lightly armored vehicles, and armor-piercing rounds to deal with highly armored targets. Explosive rounds are equally effective at any distance, but the penetration of armor-piercing rounds increases the closer you get to the target. You should move closer to the targets to demonstrate the increased penetrating power of the kinetic ammunition, Commander.
Armored, moving out.
Okay.
Gunner, identify. Next target. Driver, move
So
forward.
the thing I have to do over here is just go closer. I guess they select the appropriate ammo depending on what they're shooting. High explosive and armor. I guess this is for infantry. Shocked. What is shocked? Cannot zoom closer and
Very well. Now, can you send as many targets as possible? Let's see what a Soviet invasion of Europe would have looked like.
Bring us there in 10 seconds, not 10 fucking minutes.
whoa, so angry.
Heavy armor is on the field.
Our tanks benefit from good reverse speed, which is not the case with Russian-designed tanks. This allows us to move backward to avoid being overrun, while maintaining our powerful frontal armor facing the enemy.
How do you do that?
Heavy cap, ready to rumble. Moving as ordered.
Oh, you have to do the reverse move.
Well, this is it. 70 tons of American diplomacy.
That sinks in the mud.
You mean 70 tons of a diplomatic nightmare?
Someone call for
I
a
had
cab?
explained to the Lithuanian government why they needed to reinforce all their road bridges from here to Poland to support their weight.
Exactly.
Sure,
Roger.
but when they
We're off your
arrive,
mic.
nothing stands in their way.
Except the mud. There's actually a lot of hidden jokes in all of the dialogue if you know where to listen.
Troop transport
Now another
ready.
problem of the game is that you need to learn all of the weapons. Well, not, I guess all of the branches of the army: air, artillery, heavy armor, soldiers, squads, and so on.
Roger.
Transporting.
Roger.
Helicopters are impressive machines. Boy, are they noisy.
Our pilots are ready to take off. Do you want to hop in for a ride, Counselor?
It does.
Certainly. It'll be a nice change from those little private helicopters that fly like cabs.
Cargo helicopters can transport troops and supplies, but also vehicles as long as their weight allows it. One of our vehicles broke down during a maneuver exercise. Let's go and recover it with our helicopter.
It's better if you leave it there. Change altitude decoy. Oh, we have decoys we can use manually. That's the GR21. Oh, it even shows you the caliber, that's great.
The hooks are in place. Now let's drop it off at the repair station.
Chinook, reporting in. Flight path updated.
Change altitude, oh, that's unload. Here's the speed on this thing. Yeah, it will be hard to understand the speed, to be honest.
Chinook.
I guess it literally has 0 armor, 12,000 pounds.
Ordnance received.
How do I change this to, you know, European numbers?
Heavy transport ready. Already there. Flying to coordinates. Emergency unload.
I like that there is stuff happening in the background as well.
The vehicle has been unloaded. The mechanics will get it back in working order. How about a little target practice now, Counselor? Get behind one of the machine guns, and we'll put you in range of some targets to shoot at.
Chinook, standing by.
But I have never fired a machine gun before.
Don't worry, it's very simple, and I'll be here to help.
Copy. Initiating attack.
What? If you click on it to attack, what happens?
Here we go!
There's no machine gun there.
Come on, get some! Woo! Yeah!
Chinook, awaiting mission.
There's no gun there, that's a horrible bug. Also, it has a mounted machine gun. Oh, that's...
Get some! Get some!
that's a reference from
Pretty
a movie.
impressive for someone who's never shot before.
That must be a natural.
Chinook, at your command.
All the targets are down. Let's head back to the helipad.
There now.
I've not had that much fun in a long time. You sure know how to entertain, Major. You should come work with me. With you by my side, getting those contracts signed would be a breeze.
Why do you want
wouldn't
high
have to work with
altitude,
this
to be honest?
grumpy
I
old
guess you
man
might fly
anymore.
faster on high altitude.
Thank you for the offer. At the moment, I'm tied to my current assignment.
I see.
So
Well,
do they have
think
fuel?
about
I
it.
guess they have. What? What did they say? I was not paying attention.
Personal carrier here!
This is an impressive playground. But like I said, this is not a proper tutorial. Tutorial will be to teach the player how to use combined arms. They're not teaching me any of that. They're just
Reporting in!
putting me in weird scenarios. And this is your
By the way,
Eastern
Counselor,
European
where
bloc.
do you and the General know each other from?
We were friends once. Good friends, actually.
Oh, and what happened?
Ready!
Can we just not have this conversation, please? When do we get there?
Faculty GM.
This is the ATGM shooting
Oh.
ground. It stands for Anti-Tank Guided Missiles. They travel slower than tank rounds, but have a greater range. Their use is therefore preferable when the line of sight is unobstructed.
Yeah, I know that. Send the targets. Let's see that in practice.
Welcome to the missile age, punks!
In absence of a specific command, the gunners communicate their targets to each other.
Oh, that's
If a
so
missile is already
cool.
in flight, the other gunner will give priority to another target. That way, no missiles are wasted.
It's a pleasant surprise to see I'm not the only one worrying about the taxpayers' money here.
The range of the missiles can be superior to the detection range of the unit, so they generally work alongside recon units. The gunners are trained to switch targets mid-flight if the initial target disappears or if instructed to do so. This is particularly useful, as the long flight time of the missile can give time to the enemy to take cover or activate their smoke dischargers.
I hope you use the old TOW 2A for this demonstration. The new top attack TOW 2B costs twice as much, so using them against anything other than a tank is a waste of resources.
Don't worry, sir. We use special training ammunition, both cheaper and less hazardous than regular ammo during exercises.
Humvee ready.
Yeah, look,
I
save
see
some
nothing
costs.
happening here. What's going on?
It's a good sign, sir. Our troops are exercising their camouflage skills here. They try to reach the
That's
target
enough.
area undetected by staying away from the hostile patrols, staying in cover as much as possible, and sprinting to move across open areas faster.
Sniper team reporting in.
Recon units are specially trained and equipped to remain as discreet as possible. They have a reduced visual, thermal, and electronic signature that makes them harder to detect.
Electronic signature. So they refrain from posting geolocalized selfies during the mission? Impressive.
What? I'm supposed to do something, I was just lost. Okay, I like it. Like they have a sprint skill.
Snipers here.
Actually pretty useful seeing the line of sight.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Copy. We're moving in silence. Copy. Infiltrating. Moving quietly. Infiltrating.
Oh wow, it has a full minute of cooldown, okay.
On the move. Stealth mode. Walking like ghosts. Moving silent.
By the way, I deactivated the grass, which probably is just for cosmetic purposes in this demo. The game doesn't look particularly good. I guess you have to increase... Yeah, this is a flaw of the engine.
We move in silence.
The tree is looking like they're about to come to life.
Underway. Moving silent. We move in silence.
You also just garrison them inside special buildings. These are designated.
On the move. Stealth mode. Give me a target.
I guess the best thing about them is that stealth.
Spotted!
Sniper team standing by.
Are you joking me? I have to do all of this again?
Copy. Infiltrating.
Wow.
Copy.
Yeah, who designs tutorials in these games? I don't know. I haven't played a good tutorial since years. A lot of years I've played since I
Quietly.
played a good tutorial. Mostly because the tutorials are never meant for the player to learn how to play the game. The tutorials are just meant as an introduction to the game, which is a big difference in my opinion. If you get detected, they should just let you reach the designated zone. This is not a challenge, this is not a mission.
Copy. We're moving
Just
in
less training.
silence. Moving silent.
Yeah, nobody will use the line of sight to be honest. I think they'll just play it
Copy.
normally.
Infiltrating. We move in silence. Walking like ghosts. On the move. Stealth mode. Moving quietly.
We will have to wait all that time.
Infiltrating. Sneaking in.
They do, and there's no...
Moving silence.
Oh, at least they show you where the camouflage
Infiltration
ends.
underway.
I guess you have to run from there to there, but it's like it's tricky. More curious about the multiplayer, you know,
Sniper team, at your orders, sir.
multiplayer that involves playing with
Walking like
other players.
ghosts.
Maybe 4 versus 4 would be a fun one.
Copy. We're moving in silence. Infiltrating. Moving silent. On the move. Stealth mode. Copy. We're moving in silence. We move in silence.
I don't think we'll make it.
Infiltrating.
Yeah, it's super slow to follow the infantry.
Sneaking in.
Technically they have seen us already, but
Infiltration underway. Walking like ghosts.
they're coming straight at us.
Moving quietly.
I don't know, I guess we just have to wait
Copy.
here.
Infiltrating.
Oh, we can do some damage at this distance.
Need a rifle.
I guess it only shows you the line of sight, but not what they can see, which is a big difference.
Copy. We're moving in silence. Walking like ghosts.
They look so weird when they run like that.
Well, well. Looks like we have hide-and-seek champions.
Double time.
Troop transport ready. Roger. Move
And the final so-called tutorial mission, which is not actually a tutorial, it's, I don't know, something else.
What's
Yo.
being built here?
Nothing. This is the close quarter training area. Infantrymen use these buildings to simulate urban combat. The rules are simple. We try to capture their sector, and they try to capture ours.
Sounds good. Let's see what you're made of, Commander.
Yeah, this is the part of the game they should be telling you
Our
how
troops
to
are
play.
ready to be called as reinforcements, Commander.
Rangers. What a grenade launcher.
Moving there now.
Infantry weapons have varying ranges and efficiencies. Long-range support weapons usually require the unit to be static, while short-range assault weapons can be fired on the move.
Catchers, disembark.
Assault weapons are also more effective once in range, and can be used to breach buildings held by enemy units.
Troop transport ready. Regroup and move up. Copy. We take that building. Reconnaissance ready for action. Roger. We're on the move.
What? I guess they showed also the vehicle that carries them into combat.
Recon vehicle ready for action. Reconnaissance standing by. Hit the gas!
Vehicles can provide excellent fire support, but are vulnerable to infantry anti-tank rockets.
Move out!
They must therefore be kept out of their range as much as possible.
Unass, everybody! Recon vehicle is good to go. Good copy. Next waypoint received. Moving out. Recon vehicle standing
Okay.
by.
If I click it like that, will they go straight into the building? More or less. No, you don't actually see them in the building yet. The game has a lot of work to do. I don't really consider this a full release. I just think of it as a almost full release.
When units are under fire or take damage, their stress level increases, which makes them less efficient. There are two levels of stress expressed by a blinking orange or red color on their label.
Relocating.
When a unit is low on ammo or heavily damaged, it's preferable to send it back to base rather than abandoning it to its fate. Units sent back to base become available again sooner, and you'll receive a bonus of requisition points proportional to their condition.
Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
How do you do that? Is this the enemy sector we have to capture? Just use strikers and
Armored transport, ready.
go for it.
Already there. Get your gear, we're moving out. Don't stay here, fly. Heavy weapons ready. Check that building. Establish a base of fire in that building. Someone asked for a ride? Roger, we're Oscar Mike. Vehicle hit! Holy shit, that was Roger, we're on the move. Recon vehicle here, we're taking fire! Transport here, we're engaged! Striker, engaged in combat! Target confirmed, we're engaging! Recon vehicle, send traffic, over. Striker, ready for action! Pedal to the metal. Weapons team here.
Okay, are they going into the building or not? Oh, they'll arrive on foot, that's...
We need maintenance! Check the leg! Striker, ready for combat!
But you couldn't finish a tin can?
Good copy. Next waypoint received. Striker here. Go
Striker
ahead.
versus a tin can.
Striker reporting in. Moving out. Copy. Relocating.
Okay, that counts as a win, right?
Engaging the enemy. Back pedal, driver.
Well, that was a good show, Commander. But it demonstrates one thing. Our allies are not ready at all to defend themselves. Had it been the Russians in front of them today, they would have been slaughtered.
What you don't
Failure
say?
is part of training, sir. They're only reservists. They will continue to drill.
That's all well and good, but I'm not here for these trifles. I've got a major fighter jet contract to attend to. So here's the real showstopper. I want you to demonstrate its air-to-ground and air-to-air capabilities for our guests.
Take a seat, Miller. I'm in charge here.
Ah, General. I was wondering when you'd come out of hiding. So, what's on the menu, Chef?
We'll start with a classic. Close air support with good old A-10s.
Yeah, like in '91, the good old days. You never change your record, do you?
Shut up, Miller! Commander, you will be leading this demonstration.
What happened in
Call an A-10
'91?
and order it to destroy the marked targets.
Well, someone can probably tell me what happened in that year. I cannot think about that right now. I'm just... By what targets?
Planes must work in coordination with recon to target enemy ground units. The recon detects and identifies the target while the plane maneuvers to attack it.
Right click.
I know you want to see that gun in action.
I want to see that gun in action.
CAS, mission received.
It's a bit wonky. I need to zoom
Mission
on.
ready.
Yeah, they need to work on performance and the way the game looks. I'm so tired of this foggy perspective.
I know you want to see that gun in action.
You have to designate all targets manually. Well, that makes air units a lot less effective. Can you see how many missiles it has left? 0.
CAS, mission confirmed.
You have to work on the FPS is pretty low in my opinion for a game like this. I cannot even imagine how it will be in multiplayer.
Warthog, combat ready.
Shouldn't the wheels be under the plane? Hidden?
I'm the ultimate ground pounder.
Whoa! The sound of that gun always gives me chills. It reminds me of... well, whatever. Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Yes, that's the fuel.
Copy, bugging out.
Kind of disappointed with the details. Does it say over there black snakes? Fort Wayne.
Now call in a Harrier to make a bombing run.
Oh, great. Another old crate.
What? A Harrier? Yeah, exactly. They're old. Old stuff.
Roger, flying there. Let's reduce them to scrap. Jump jet ready.
Well, I guess the planes look very nice.
Harrier standing by. Attack run complete.
Send the plane back to base before it runs out of fuel.
Harrier copies.
Well, I guess it doesn't have any more ammo left, but it shows like it had some ammo. Yeah, they have to fix the small issues.
All right, Commander. Send
Sure
in the
they will do.
F-15EX now.
Finally.
Simon. JDAM. Oh, even JDAMs. Armata.
This plane is equipped with a laser designation
Armata
pod and
tank,
smart
okay, not
bombs.
Armata. Armata.
You mark the target with the pod, and the bombs will correct their trajectory to hit with pinpoint accuracy.
Eagle here. Going for effect. Eagle, mission ready.
This looks kind of cool, but yeah, they need to work a lot more on the game, to be honest.
You see, making gun runs and guiding missiles is outdated. Now, you drop a bomb from as far as you can and you let it do the job for you.
Well, let's try again with a moving target this time. And you'll see that a human is still needed to predict the target's trajectory.
What? How do you mark them with your laser?
Solid copy. Air support mission inbound. Airstrike is go for effect. Eagle standing by. Rolling on the target area.
Can
Coming
you not?
around now. Roger that. Strike area confirmed. Coordinates received. Commencing attack.
The target is still standing, Commander. Don't make us look like fools. We're here to demonstrate the capabilities of this plane, not your lack of competence.
Airstrike is go for effect. The big bird is in the air. Coordinates received. Commencing attack.
I guess laser destination is not as fun as it sounds.
Rolling on the
Silently
target area.
use your gun.
Coming around
The
now.
plane crashed! What have you done, Commander?
We'll go.
Maybe it was a mechanical failure. Who knows? Modern stuff breaks down constantly. Unlike my good old A-10s.
Unacceptable! I'll have your heads, both of you!
Well, I'm not too worried about my head. But you'll certainly get yours, Commander. You really fucked up today.
But you're talking so much, I ran out of fuel. How is that my problem? Find the hidden unit. Really? We did all of that work just to fail in the last part of the tutorial, because that's not even a tutorial, that's just stupidity incorporated. Fish. Build. They need a lot more. This will not fly. This needs to be cheaper. I guess it's all very, very well, but nah, this is not what the game needs. So much more than this. And I guess you have to play it from zero to
Good
win
morning,
it.
Commander. So, have you seen me on the news?
Oh, this is like I'm playing a game from 20 years ago where you don't have a load game button. The whole mission is so long and filled with dialogue that by the time you reach that point... This is probably one of the only games where the tutorials fail to teach you anything. Anyway, I think I don't know, I'll do this off camera or something. See you next time, bye bye.